Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to Pure Coys. So, Thomas Frank, is he going to be the next Tottenham manager? It definitely seems that way, doesn't it? 1 to 10 on becoming the new Spurs boss. How are you guys feeling about it? Let me know in the comments and I will let you know exactly how I'm feeling about it. I am absolutely delighted with Thomas Frank. Cannot wait for him to come in and start working at Spurs. Now, have I always been a Frank lover? No, absolutely not. When I first wanted Ange out, probably halfway through the last season, and Thomas Frank was mentioned, he wasn't for me. I thought, Brentford, do we want the Brentford manager? We're Tottenham Hotspur. But the more I thought about it, the more I've seen about Thomas Frank and the more I've watched Brentford, the more I realise that actually Thomas Frank is the perfect fit for Spurs currently. You got to remember we finished 17th in the Premier League last season. 17th, one place off relegation. Yes, we won a Europa League. No one can ever take that away from Ange. But 17th, absolutely 100% not good enough. Before I get into why I like Frank so much and reading some of the news about him on Twitter, please do me an absolute solid. Please like and please subscribe to the channel. It really does mean the world. I'm chasing down 700. I'm so close. I can almost taste it. So any help would be much appreciated. I think I need 6 or 7 subs to get to that 700 mark. So please do me an absolute solid. Do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. So much coming out over the coming weeks, months, over the summer and into next season. Join me on the journey. It's going to be probably a bumpy one. This is Spurs, but it will be lots of fun too. So let's get into Thomas Frank. I just can't wait for him to start at Spurs. If he is the man, and again, he wasn't my first choice. I've been banging the Edin Terzic drum for months and months and months. But the more I've seen of Frank, the more I like him. I also really like Glasner. I think he's done a fantastic job at Palace, won trophies. But Frank, what a fantastic coach. And I think you're going to see a different Tottenham next season. These players are going to thrive under a coach. There's no doubt about that. Listen, I'm not going to go on about Ange too much. He's gone. He won us a trophy, fantastic. But I do not think that Ange coached the players. I think a lot of the players regressed under Ange. Moving forward, under a proper coach, somebody who's absolutely has fine lines when it comes to being tactically aware. I think you're going to see a different Spurs. Now, will it happen overnight? Absolutely not. Anyone expecting Spurs to fly out the blocks like they did under Ange and win 8 of the first 10? Probably not going to happen. We may not win any of our first 3 or 4. It may take us a while to get used to the tactics, but when it does, it is going to pay off. I promise you guys. Honestly, I really do believe that. Under Ange, we started like this. We went up, and then it's been a constant downhill. Under Thomas Frank, nearly forgot his name then. It may start slow, but we will see a steady progression. And that is what I think we want as Spurs fans. Progression. Listen, anything's better than 17th, right? But I would honestly be looking at Spurs finishing in that top 7 or 8 in our first season under Thomas Frank. And if we can do that, and more than anything, see a team that's coached and see a team that we can get excited about again, then for me, I'm more than happy with that. Would a trophy be great? Of course it would. A trophy would be amazing, but it's not a be all and end all. I think the monkey's off our back at the moment about winning trophies. We've done that. What I think now is we need to get a proper manager, coach in charge who knows how to get the best out of these players, and a lot of them are young players. And I honestly think Thomas Frank is going to be the man. It's going to surprise a lot of people. I know a lot of them are still upset over Ange and they don't want to look at a new coach. They don't want to think about a new coach. And Thomas Frank, he's not fashionable. He's not cool. He's not sexy, but he is a great coach. Let's get into some of the Twitter news that I've seen today. If I can get it up, sounded wrong, didn't it? So this come out first, which I thought was quite good. Obviously, Thomas Frank has told Brentford he wants to leave for Spurs. Frank's camp are already in talks over terms, with the Brentford boss the clear front runner to replace Ange Postecoglou. Also on that, Natalie Sawyer. Um, Obviously, she was on Sky Sports, massive Brentford fan, season ticket holder. She's kind of in the know when it comes to Brentford. She knows a lot of people. She's on TalkSport now. She has basically said the Frank deal is all but done by the people that she's been speaking to inside Brentford, and it is literally Brentford and Spurs just agreeing on on how many and who of the backroom staff Thomas Frank can take along with him. So I honestly think this is going to be done. If not later on today, tomorrow morning, Monday morning, I think Thomas Frank will be announced as the new Tottenham manager. But let's see, or at least we will know it will be breaking that Thomas Frank is having talks with Spurs and a deal happening. At the moment, it is all a bit rumours, but I think is going to happen very, very soon. Also, this as well, which excited me. Tottenham Hotspur would offer Mbeumo around 130,000 a week, although bonuses would still leave them short of the United package. Clearly, apparently, United have offered around 250k a week. Is that right? The pull of Champions League football and Frank, who turned Mbeumo into one of the most feared forwards in top flight, could sway Mbeumo Tottenham's way. And then this one, which I thought was quite nice. Brian Reamer, former member of Thomas Frank's staff, on rumours of Frank joining Spurs. Tottenham has always been my favourite club. At Brentford, we always joked that if we are going to move on from Brentford, it would be for Tottenham. It's a club that have had some challenges over the past few seasons, and there's quite a lot of work ahead of them. But Thomas deserves that chance. He's done a fantastic job. You know what? I absolutely couldn't agree more. I am really excited about Thomas Frank coming to Spurs, guys. The Europa League final was amazing. Amazing. What a great night. Not a great game, but a great night and great celebrations afterwards. But I'd become a little bit numb to the club, a little bit just empty, an empty feeling because we were losing every week in the league. And Ange had to go for me. But the thought of Thomas Frank coming in and breathing new life into these players, effectively, we could have 11 new signings before we even make any signings with the players in this team that I don't think have shown their best under Ange. And I think under Frank, they will. Like I say, I don't think it happened overnight, but I cannot wait to see James Maddison playing in a Frank system. And people will say, well, James Maddison wouldn't work in a Frank system. Well, you got to remember, Frank had Ericsson. Ericsson worked under a Frank system. So I can't wait to see Maddison play under Thomas Frank. And I'll just leave with this one, guys, because this is pretty special to anyone who's a Spurs fan. And this is Justin Edinburgh, who sadly passed away 6 years ago today. Sending my thoughts and prayers to all his family. What a great Tottenham player he was. Absolute legend of the club. And my thoughts and prayers to go out to his family. I will leave it there, guys. Let me know how you're feeling about Thomas Frank. If he is going to be the new manager, it definitely looks like he's going to be the new manager. But let me know in the comments. Please, as I already said, please like and please subscribe to the channel. It really would mean the world. I will leave it there, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay Spurs. Brought us joy at the beautiful lake.